By what name are you known?
There are some who call me Tim.
Hi, this is Name with Podcast Business and Description, and you're listening to... Wait, what? Oh, hey, this is Aaron with I Had to Say It. It's a podcast that will probably make you question your mental health, but if you're interested in helping your mental health, you've come to the right place. You're listening to 20 Tim Minutes.
What is happening, party people? You are listening to another episode of 20 Tim Minutes. I am your host, Tim McCarthy. This podcast focuses on mental health through humor, insight, and personal stories. That introduction was done by Aaron with I Had to Say It podcast. And he did something that I thought someone would do by now, and he nailed it, where I gave people a little script of what to say, and he took it literally. So I like that. So shout out Aaron. His podcast talks about life, society, politics, and whatever else happens to cross his mind. There'll be interviews about everything from movies, restaurant, dinner to drinks, games to sports. So if you need a little bit of variety in your life, go check out the I Had to Say It podcast. He also sent me a nice sticker I got in the cat closet. If you got stickers and want them sent to me, send them to me, and I'll send you some back. Episode 59, holy smokes. I want to give you guys a little heads up. I started to record this episode, and I finally did it, where I did not hit record on my video. So that was fun for the first 10 minutes of recording. I'm looking to get some things done, but it is what it is. I do want to start off with these for future episodes because we've got the new year. I want to make some changes with the podcast, make it a little bit more tighter because I feel like I'm kind of being lackadaisical with everything. But definitely give out this information for everybody, the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. If you need it or you need to pass it on to somebody, that's 1-800-273-8255, 1-800-273-8255. And if you don't like talking on the phone like I don't, you can do the crisis text hotline. Text the word home to 741-741. That's for U.S. and Canada. They do have other countries, so if you want to learn more, you can go to crisistextline.org and do that. I like places that you don't have to call people unless it's like an online form or a text. I'll take that 11 out of 10 times every time. I do not like talking on the phone. When I order pizza on the phone, they think my name is Kim. So then I do Timothy, and then they go Kevin. I'm like, what in the Starbucks is this? My name isn't that hard. It's Tim. 20 Tim Minutes. But yeah, I'm very pro that. So if you need that information, I want to start giving that out at the beginning of every episode because at the end I do my little PSA that I pretty much say don't sue me for what I suggest. But yeah, so real quick too, got some new hats in, 20timminutes.com. You can get them. These wool hats are legit. These are one of my favorite type of hats where I usually tuck it under one ear and leave the other ear out a little bit. Not because I'm cool, but I like to stay cool. A little bit of both. Like when you're sleeping in your blankets and you have like one foot out. That's what I like to do. Plus my ear like hurts if I push it down too long. That's why I don't sleep on my stomach because it hurts and I can't turn my neck all the way. I think I can't turn it all the way right. That's what it is. And I like sleeping on my back like I'm in a coffin anyway, just to be prepared. And it's good for your back. You're not supposed to sleep on your stomach and have your neck turned like for 8 hours. You need to be straight. You have to have bed posture. You have to have good bed posture because we don't have good posture in general. But yeah, go buy one of these new hats. They're great for the winter. They definitely keep me warm. And people are probably confused why I have a big clock with a cartoon head on it that kind of looks like me. So yeah, you can buy it on the website, my app, or you can just message me to make it 10 times easier for yourself. And I also have shirts left, stickers. I can send them to you. I got fitted hats. I got dad hats. I do not have fitted hats. I have snapback hats. But yeah, enough about me. Let's get into this. I usually start off with what's going on in my life, and then we talk a little bit more. New year, new Tim. Like I said, my New Year's resolution is to say yes to more things, and I started off with that. Me and my friend Ricky went to a New Year's party that I was like, yeah, I'll go, but then like a part of me was like, yeah, I'm not gonna go, but I was like, no, what, fuck it, we're going. The band was called Booty Vortex, and they were amazing. They were a cover band that did like all 70s dance music, like fucking Earth, Wind, and Fire and Casey and the Sunshine Band. So dude, we were ripping it. He looked like $1 million. He was wearing like a nice little suit. I had my little like 1970s like wallpaper type shirt. But man, we had such a blast just boogieing. Like it was a big older crowd there too, which I love to see. Because like, they were all aching the next day. They were probably like, wow, Sharon, I was tearing up a dance floor. Let me tell you, I'm going to be hurting for the next week. Those are definitely the conversations they had. I could have just made that up. But yeah, Booty Vortex. If you're in Massachusetts or like New England area, you got to go see them. I had a blast. I got a shirt and stickers. I think I lost the stickers and I'm washing the shirt. So I'll definitely wear that on a future episode. Shout out to Booty Vortex. And then shout out to, I do a fantasy football league with other podcasters. Shout out to Hops Geek News for winning that. He made the playoffs by 10 points. He was a 6 seed and just had an underdog story the whole way and won. And I had to pay him the winning money, which I thought I was going to win and be able to keep, but I did not. Speaking of football, this Antonio Brown thing, I know everyone's seen it and talked about it. Like, it's funny in a sense, but like, I think that dude might have mental health issues, and a lot of people are saying that. He definitely needs like some sort of help. So it's that thing where it's like everyone points and laughs at him, but like if something did happen and he passed away, everyone would be like, he's the greatest. I wish like he could have got help. Well, this is the time you do that, because a lot of times these warning signs happen and someone dies and then they get all like sad about it because they didn't do anything. So yeah, as funny as like some of those memes are, and they are kind of funny, he's definitely a dude that someone needs to like talk to and be like, hey man, are you all right? Just asking somebody if they're all right is the way to go. Not even if it's not an athlete. Everyone's always like, oh, athletes have nothing to complain about. They have all this money. It's like, I wish I had money. I'd probably be a little bit happier, but I would still have mental health issues regardless of money. And I like negative money. I would like to have money, keep it in a jar on top of my fridge. But yeah, that thing is like very, very weird to watch. So it's kind of that. It's kind of sad to see sometimes. Like I talked before, my new therapist, waiting to talk to her again. She said that she was going to check out the podcast, so I'm very intrigued to see which episodes she listens to. So that's going to be funny. So my medication kind of changed, and they like upped my Adderall to like 50 milligrams. And I don't know if that was a mistake or not. And like, it's good. And like, when I take Adderall, like, it doesn't really affect me too much. Like, some people take it and they're like, boink. I'm like, I take it, take a little nap. Then I get up, like, I have the extended release, so it kind of like comes in waves for me for like 12 hours a day. But I have like different feelings on it. I know I talked about this on an early episode. I think it was called Play-Doh Pants. And the reason I called it Play-Doh Pants is like, sometimes these medications kill your sex drive. And I feel like I'm just playing with Play-Doh in my pants. And it sucks. It's very frustrating and I don't like it. And I told my prescriber that. And he's like, well, we can give you like the blue pill. I'm like, dude, I'm not like 55 years old. I'm not taking those pills. Like, let's figure it out. Tell me what I need to do, not to do. So I got to like plan my pills around like that. And I know talking about like fucking self-love and sexual stuff can be awkward, but I'm very sex positive. We should be able to talk about this like we talk about mental health. It's natural. That's how babies were made. So don't be weird. Don't be weird about it. I'm not sweating. You're sweating. But yeah, just very like that can be frustrating when your fucking sexual like levels of weight. It kills your mojo. Like, you got to have the mojo. Austin Powers. I don't know if anyone else has dealt with that, but yeah, medication, it's such a double-edged sword. It's like, oh yeah, I feel so happy, but I got fucking a whole thing of silly putty in my pants, and it sucks. So yeah, dealing with that, so a little frustrating. Definitely going to talk about a little bit more about that later when I end. But definitely, man, like, things are getting stressful again. Like, this whole COVID thing, I feel like everybody's getting it. I've been dodging it like crazy. I've been in close contact with people that had it. I've taken so many tests, did the at-home rapid, which is like the new toilet paper for everybody, like going out and buying those. So I had to go to like 10 stores to find those, like battling people. And then I go to like the real one and then still negative. I might be the cure. Watch me get it next episode. Next episode's like, yeah, guys, I got COVID. Fucking sucks. And yeah, I've had all these COVID tests and like therapy appointments and doctor appointments. And I get all these bills. I have like a stack of bills I'm just not paying because I don't want to. And they say like, call us if you have like medical, financial troubles. But it's like, only thing that happens, like a collecting agency comes in for you. I don't think it affects your credit score if you don't pay your medical bills. I don't know if that's true or not. But I'm going to wait until they start harassing me, then I'll pay. But I feel like I shouldn't have to pay right away. Paying for stuff to help you sucks. Like, it should just be free, but I get it, but it's very stressful. It's like, oh, this stuff is stress-free, helping me with medication. Like, here's a bill for $455. You're like, all right, fuck me. And then with the pills too, it's like I'm drinking again a little bit too much again. Not like ruthlessly, but I've taken a lot of like, to save money, I've taken a lot of sacrifices. Like, haven't been going to jujitsu as much. Haven't been even, like, I canceled my gym membership. So it's like, I got to save this money to like pay for a fucking bill to help me be healthy, but I can't even like get myself healthier unless I eat healthy and do like at-home workouts, which I can do, but everything's just too fucking expensive. I don't like buying stuff that is just unreasonable. I love a deal though. I'm a sucker for like something that goes on sale for like 20% and it's still the same price, but I don't know that. I'm such a sucker. I've been swindled so many times, but I'm getting better at it. I just tell people not to talk to me, which I like. Getting older is great because you can just be telling people right away. You're like, nah, I'm good. Nah. I love saying nah in those situations, but this year I'm going to say yeah more, but not to that shit. Middle of the mall shit, not doing. Got my birthday coming up, January 16th, if anyone wants to get me anything. And if you want to get me something, how about you buy my merch? Again, got hats, shirts, kisses, butterfly kisses. I'll give you anything you want. January 16th, 1986 is my birthday. I'm a Capricorn. Does that make sense to you? I don't know. I know that I have good relations with like Cancers and Tauruses, I think. I don't know. I read that stuff too much. I'm not like into it, but I'm into it. If that makes any sense. It's like when I look up like theories, conspiracy theories, like I don't believe them, but I like reading about them. Does that make sense? People do that. Like when you go down Wikipedia holes, like you go down, you click a movie, you click that actor, you're like, oh, he was in this movie with this person. Then you're on like the history of the New York Yankees somehow. And you're like, how did I get here? Like, why am I doing this? Why am I looking at the retired numbers of the New York Yankees when I looked up Kevin Bacon in Mystic River? I don't even know how I got there. I got there somehow because there is a website, 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon, where you put a name of an actor in and it will show you how it connects to Kevin Bacon. And it's not even 6 degrees. It gets it in like 2 or 3 and it's friggin' insane. Do you guys know that website? I'll post that so you guys can know. But yeah, man. So recently I had like a breakdown, like a straight up breakdown. It was on the 31st, like in the morning. I was taking a shower and I've never done this, but I cried in the shower, which kind of felt good after the fact because like it just washes all away. You don't need paper towels or anything. But it was really sad and fucked up because I get like mad at my own mind because my mind like thinks for itself. I'm a little under the weather. I don't have COVID because I took the test, but I definitely have like some sort of like cold where you have like the phlegm in the morning and like blood in your snots in the morning. I think it's like the humidity. So I think I need a dehumidifier. Is that correct? I think I have one. I got suckered into it because I think it was like probably 20% off on Amazon. I'm like, yeah, I'll need that. It's like my goddamn light box I don't even use. Anyone want a light box? I'll send that with a t-shirt if you buy me a t-shirt. If you buy my t-shirt. But yeah, I was in the shower, man, and I don't know what made me think about this, but I had ideations again of like, not even like killing myself, but the post of killing myself, if that makes any sense. It's like, I don't have a plan to kill myself, or I knew which way I envisioned it, but I was thinking about like the after effects of like people and like what I would write to certain people, like my family members and friends, of like what the letters would be. And I don't even know how I got there because it was like a Wikipedia dive where I was thinking about one thing, then all of a sudden I'm like, yeah, what would I write in my will? Or what would I write to like my friends and family? And then I just like broke down. And I was like in the shower for a bit. I was getting like all pruny. My skin was like melting off. I can't do cold showers. They say take a cold shower for like 20 seconds. I can't even do that. I like to be piping hot. Summer, piping hot. Winter, piping hot. But I was like thinking too, it's like I put this on Twitter and I didn't get a lot of interactions on it, but suicidal ideation is normal. I think we all think about it. I've always talked about the call of the void when like you're on a ledge and you're like, what if I jumped? It's different for me because I'll be on a ledge. I'm like, I think I might jump. But don't be scared if you have those thoughts. But if you do, you definitely want to let somebody know. And that's why I'm kind of sharing it on this because I think it helps other people to realize that you think of those things. And I always thought no one really thought like that. And it always like scared me. I was like, damn, like I'm thinking all this fucked up shit. I think a lot of fucked up shit all the time. And I definitely scare myself in a way. and I don't want to, but I think opening up and being able to talk about this is really beneficial. When I couldn't really talk about it, I was in a bad mood. No, not in a bad mood, but I was definitely in a mood, and Lindsay asked me what was going on, and I just kept saying nothing because if I knew if I talked about it, I would cry. So I like texted her like my issues because, again, don't like to talk. I like to text. And she was very supportive of that, especially with everything going on. It's funny, too, kind of a change of subject, but with my podcast, I get a lot of views recently, and it was on the separation and anxiety episode where I talk about my separation. So I think people love like misery or like those types of conversations, which is like funny because like I get it. So like probably like my friends and family were like, oh, did you hear this episode about Tim and Lindsay? Like you should go listen to it. So I got a lot of more views on that one, which is like funny in hindsight. But everything's going good. Everything is, I couldn't ask for like a better situation in person to live with. So yeah, that's what's going on. I won't deep dive in that anymore. You can just go back and give me views on my latest episode there. I think it was episode 57. But yeah, man, crying in the shower. I unlocked that achievement in my life video game. Yeah, so definitely don't hesitate to reach out. Again, those numbers for suicide prevention hotline and the crisis text hotline. Don't hesitate to use those, even if you feel like a little bit embarrassed or weak about it. Like, who gives a fuck? Like, I stopped giving a fuck. I just told you guys about me crying in the shower about the letters I had to write to people after I died. Like, what? That isn't normal, but it is, because I'm not the only one that thinks that. So if you think that, or you think of like wild ass shit, don't worry about it. Well, worry about it to an extent. Like, being self-aware is really good. So I'm going to tell my therapist about that, unless she watched this episode. So shout out to my therapist. But yeah, enough about that. I went to the RMV today, and I had a lot of anxiety going in because I don't like waiting with a lot of people and like everyone's sick. So I started wearing a mask again, going places. But man, sometimes COVID works out to your advantage. So they make you schedule an appointment. I went in, I was signing out my form. I didn't even finish the form, and my number was already called. I was in there for like 10 minutes. I had a new photo taken. I kept all of my IDs. I always say that I lost them. So I have all 4 of my IDs from like 18, 21, 26, and now 36. It is awesome. I'll definitely post a photo if I can find them all, but it's ridiculous. I think I was swapped out multiple times in my life. And I don't know where I went, because maybe that is the case, because my memory's so bad. So like I try to look at things, I'm like, I don't remember that. And then like I don't remember always having like mental health issues, but I did. I'm like, did I make that up? I don't even know. It's scary. But yeah, it is, the more tragedy I talk about, I feel like the more people listen. And that is good in a sense, because I feel like hopefully people don't feel alone. I've had a lot of people, oh man, I totally forgot. If you've messaged me and I don't reply and I read it, I'm sorry. I just don't know what it is. Like I'm usually busy, or like I'm waking up and then I forget. And then I come back to it. And it's funny, I always tell people to message me if they listen to the episode, and then they do. And then I don't reply back. Also, notifications on Instagram need to relax for people that like the message back. I don't need to know that. And you can't turn it off. And it drives me nuts. So I don't do it back to people anymore. But then I realize like I do like it. I'm just not I'm not giving you another notification, okay? I started turning notifications off for some of my apps, which is even worse, because then again, I don't know. But I do have to be better with the podcast. I am kind of getting into another rut, but new year, same Tim. But no, I'm definitely going to try to get better with this, and I'm always waiting last minute like I'm doing a school project. I'm like, hey, Mom, I got a school project tomorrow. We got to make a tornado. Remember the tornadoes where you took like 2-liter bottles and like stuck them together, and then like you spun them around and made like a little like twister thing? Remember those? Those are fun. Those things remind me of like cooking like English muffin pizzas. If you haven't had an English muffin pizza in a while, go make one. You'll thank me later. My music suggestion goes out to Caleb, the creator of Appetizers LLC, of the 22 Minutes app. We were talking one day, and he was talking about a job, and he was very torn. And my word association was Natalie Imbruglia, torn. So that's going to be my music suggestion. But it took us a minute to know what the lyrics were. So we had like a deep conversation, then all of a sudden we're trying to remember lyrics to Natalie Imbruglia. I'm all out of faith. This is how I feel. I'm cold and I'm ashamed, lying naked on the floor. That's actually a really good song. I can't think of any other songs by her, but I remember liking that song. It kind of reminds me of Fiona Apple, Criminal. Like, what are they both doing right now? Like, what about like Nelly Furtado? What's she doing? I wish I can just check up on these people. And then you find them on Instagram and they have like 285,000 followers. You're like, oh, okay, they're doing all right. Well, thanks, guys. Sorry for like the little nose whistles for this episode, but you just tuned into episode 59 of 20 Tim Minutes. Again, go to 20timminutes.com, download the 20 Tim Minutes app on both iPhone and Android. Come say hi, follow me on social media, and I'll hopefully reply back at some point. But I thank you guys again for checking out another episode. Please go tell a friend, buy some merch, or just leave me a 5-star review on Good Pods or the Apple Podcast. Thank you guys again. I love you, and have a good one. And we're clear.
This podcast is not intended to be a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always seek the advice of your physician or other qualified health provider with any questions you may have regarding a medical condition. If you are feeling suicidal, please dial 911.